who will represent the Western Conference for the NBA in the NBA Finals, and who will represent the Eastern Conference in the NBA for the NBA Finals, and finally, who's going to win this year's NBA championship. Let's get it.
This is Enough Said Sports.
Guys, I hope all is well in your world. It is all well. Here at Enough Said Sports as we come to you with another NBA video. I have missed the NBA so much. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch us here on YouTube. Really appreciate all the support. And a little bit has changed since the end of the NBA season. I am now doing this full time. So really need your support here on YouTube. Really need your support on Patreon as well. We've been doing some things for football. For those of you who haven't been keeping up, we've been doing very well with that. And excited to have the opportunity to get back into the NBA now. So we've got a couple different tiers here on Patreon now as well. We have our True Fans tier that's going to give you full access to football picks, basketball, everything that we do. And then we also have a tier for just the NBA for those of you who are just only interested in the NBA. So please support us. Please jump on Patreon. Get on there and support us that way. Really need it so we can continue to produce this content, and we can continue to try to continue to put as much money in your pocket as possible and get you paid while you watch the game. So that's what we're going to try to do as much as possible. And again, really appreciate everything that you guys have already done for me here on YouTube. Thank you for all of that. So let's get into NBA season preview video here. I want to talk to you about, obviously, who's going to represent the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals, who's going to represent the Western Conference in the NBA Finals, and finally, who's going to win it all. So we'll talk about the Eastern Conference first. To me, when I look at this Eastern Conference, guys, it comes down to two basketball teams. It comes down to the Brooklyn Nets, and it comes down to the Milwaukee Bucks, in my opinion. I do think there's some other obviously some formidable teams out there. I think the Heat are going to be in the mix big time for this one. I do believe that the Boston Celtics are going to have a bounce back year. I do think that you're going to have a lot of competition in the Eastern Conference, but I think it's going to come down to these two basketball teams, and it comes down to two players, in my opinion. It comes down to Kyrie Irving for the Brooklyn Nets. Is he going to end up ultimately playing this year? When he does play, if he does play, is he going to be a distraction or not? Then you got on the other side the Milwaukee Bucks. It comes down to one man and one man only for me, and it's going to come down to whether or not Giannis has a jump shot. If Giannis has developed this jump shot the way that I've been reading reports that he has, then it's going to be very, very difficult for anybody to deal with them, whether it's the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference, because that is literally the only thing that Giannis is missing out of his game to make him probably the most unstoppable force in the game today is a jump shot. And if he can consistently get that, it's going to be a very, very long season for everyone else playing up against these Milwaukee Bucks. So on the Eastern Conference side, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think it will be a little bit of an upset. I like Milwaukee to advance back to the NBA Finals in the Eastern Conference. I think they get Brooklyn in 7 games. It's going to be one heck of a series. It's going to be a dogfight. I think, obviously Brooklyn is extremely talented. Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving if he's there. But I believe this Milwaukee team grew up some last year, and I think they're going to be hard to deal with. And I do believe Giannis, with the type of work ethic that he has, I do believe he has worked on that jumper, and I do believe he's going to be very difficult to deal with when it comes to that jump shot this season. I do believe he's developed it. In the Western Conference, I think it comes down to a few different teams, okay? I think the Phoenix Suns are certainly at the very, very top, in my opinion. They are extremely formidable. Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, they are very, very solid, and I think they're going to be hard to deal with, and a very, very good team in the second year of them gelling together. Monty Williams at the head coaching position. So much respect for Phoenix. I think they're going to definitely have something to say about this. The Los Angeles Lakers. You can't count on LeBron James-led team out of anything. They're going to be there. I think the Golden State Warriors are going to be there. I think Klay Thompson coming back is going to be what the doctor ordered for this team. I think Steph Curry is going to have his best year he's ever had yet. I do believe that the Dallas Mavericks are going to be there. Luka Doncic looks really good. I think they did a nice job getting Jason Kidd as the head coach. I think that's going to be a huge difference for this team. All right. And then finally, the Los Angeles Clippers. I think they are going to be very, very formidable, and especially if Kawhi Leonard does end up coming back and playing, which I suspect that he will in the second half of the season. I think this LA Clippers team is going to be hard to deal with as well. So I think any one of those teams could represent the Western Conference in the NBA Finals. But I'm going to go with a little bit of an upset, guys. I've been studying this team closely. This young man is coming. This organization is coming. I believe the Dallas Mavericks are actually going to pull the upset here and represent the Western Conference in the finals. I think they're going to end up ultimately winning the West this year. I think Luka Doncic is poised to take that next step. He is an unbelievable player, unbelievable talent, and I think he takes that next step forward in the superstardom and meets Giannis in the finals there against the Milwaukee Bucks. And I believe this year, guys, I believe the champion of the world in the National Basketball Association will be again the Milwaukee Bucks. They will go back-to-back and win this year's NBA championship. Giannis solidifies himself with back-to-back finals MVPs, and they get it done this season. I like the Milwaukee Bucks to win over the Dallas Mavericks. So let me know, guys, in the comments, obviously, what you think about this. I'm sure I'm going to get some spicy responses. I'm looking forward to it. And by the way, for those of you who don't know this, even though we don't do fandom here, I am a Golden State Warriors fan. So it's not that I'm a Milwaukee Bucks fan. It's just that I believe that when I look at these teams and boil them down, I just believe that with Giannis developing his jump shot the way that he has in the offseason, I just think it's just going to be too much for anybody to deal with. So that's what I got, guys. Let me know in the comments who you got winning the title. Look forward to interacting with you, and I will talk to you again really, really soon. Take care, guys.